no. Dale para allá, cojones. Dale para allá. Dale para allá.
First name that comes to mind, Chris D. It's that guy, you just look at the statistics and it's like, oh, yeah, he meets the criteria. Here, hay una mujer ahí gritando, ¿sí?
There's a lot of people here who are soft. Was
Hi, and welcome to DD Live. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Angel Camacho, and here with my colleague, Jose, the Perra Guerra. Also, the quarterback of the Seahawks, man. I've been citing a lot of checks in the Seahawks name, and I just feel that Seahawks still have a lot of questions, but I'm glad you're here because you're going to answer them. You have some things you have to atone to, some heartbreak. But before we get to that, we want to remind you that this is the best voted show by the people, and we are here brought to you by the one and only PK Realty for all your realty needs and all your asset property management. Please contact Kevin Nunez at PK Realty. Without further ado, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this episode, and let's first talk about week 3. Perra, give me your unbiased, wholesome, factual take. What happened in week 3?
Man, week 3 was wild. There was a lot of ties. I feel like there was like maybe 4 or 5 ties across. I know I tied.
Killed me in the pick'ems. I should have been able to extend there.
Yeah, man. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think there was that many ties. It was just obviously like I was involved in a tie. The Chiefs were, I tied the Chiefs.
Bengals were. There was a lot of important game ties.
Yeah, man. I mean, we had the first Corona rule game, right? Where the rule came into effect, and it did its job, right? Shoot, it was myself, the Seahawks, and the Chiefs. They scored first in 4 straight drives, and then we got the redemption drive, and we scored on 4 drives as well. So that game ended in 4-4. So I think obviously the rule did its job. It was a good game, man. I mean, good game.
So Corona's not all that bad. So he gets disbarred from the DDPA, creates a graveyard, wants to abandon the graveyard. But look, he gave us some good piece of legislation that. Okay, all right. So some good points for Corona. What else? What else happened in week 3?
I think the Giants went 3-0 again, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, they're 8-1. They've only had 1 loss all season.
Yeah, so they went 3-0. They're definitely proven to be the team to beat as of now, especially in our conference, right? In my conference, where I believe we're in the South. So they're definitely showing, proving themselves the team to beat. Actually, no, they didn't go 3-0. They lost to Tronchi.
Right, so they went 2-1.
They went 2-1, yeah. Then they lost to Tronchi 4-1 or 4-0.
Right, because he went back-to-back 3-0s in week 1 and week 2.
Yeah. But I mean, the Bengals went 2-1. The Finns went 3-0. So I think it was exactly what the season has been so far. I feel like those 3 top teams separated themselves even more from the pack.
Right.
And everyone else kind of, staying in the middle. Right, man, and the Falcons went 3-0, so that was big for them. Put them in prime position to lock up the second bye in my conference. So, pretty good. Everyone else was pretty much even. Drew 2-1 after their trade. It was good, man. It was good.
Now that's sort of where the conundrum comes in, because when you start looking at the standings, the Giants are ahead of the pack. They're 24 points. They're 8-1. They're in first place. So they got two weeks coming in to close out the season. Falcons, prime position to lock in that second seed. They got 18 points. They're 6-3. Now here's where what I call the conundrum. Bucks now are going to have no Lulu for this week. So what are the Bucks going to give us? What is Donkey going to give us? Is he going to be able to pull out a 2-1, a 1-2? Is he going to go 0-3? 0-3 sets him back heavily. And then now, how heavily? It's just about positioning. I still think that, and we'll get to the trades, and I think that's ultimately why Tronchi made that trade, because even if he goes 0-3, he could go 3-0 in the final week, and he'll still find himself somewhere between the 5th or 6th seed. That's going to be a problem for the Giants because they're coming off a loss to the Bucks. So I don't think they're gonna want to have that first round matchup being Tronky and the Bucks. I think Tronky was very smart in the transaction that he made, went for his guy, and I think we'll see the real look Bucks week 5 and onward.
Wow, I mean,
But that
they
just
play the Broncos.
that kind of just tells you in the South, like Jaguars, Broncos, Ravens, wake up. Because you kind of feel that the Seahawks, by default, you're too good, and we'll talk about the trade. You won that trade. So the Seahawks should be that third team coming into the South. And then you have 3 other teams. You have a slew of teams there that just complete dog water. They're going to be able to stat pad that first round for the playoffs for the other teams. Because for heaven's sakes, if you got top heavy in the North, like there's like for real top heavy in the South, there's really just one team, because I still think that the Falcons and the Seahawks are more pretenders than contenders. 2 hit and miss.
I mean, shoot, the Bucks don't necessarily have an easy schedule, but they can very easily pull out a win against the Broncos, right? They're missing pace. Dario's still somewhat kind of iffy on that leg. So you never know, man. If Tronky gets ball, even without Lulu, it's gonna be hard to stop his offense. So and it's gonna be a matchup of 5-on-5 there. So let's see. You know, it's
I think Tronky, the best thing that happened to him was to get slapped up week 1. I think kind of recalibrated for him. If you've seen him in DD, outside of DD, the man is either in a final, winning a final, flirting with a final. So I really love the trade for him. And a little bit of revenge, because he lost the final with Lulu and DD. So it would kind of bring him full circle if he's able to win with his boy. Now on the other side, the North. All right, so you have the Dolphins and the Bengals. I know you alluded to 3 teams, and those are the 3 teams. It's Dolphins, Bengals, Giants. On the North, Dolphins, Bengals at the top. Now, the middle of the pack here, a lot more interesting in the North than it is in the South. The middle of the pack here, you have Chiefs, Cowboys, Vikings.
Yeah, because everyone there is definitely fighting to be the 3rd seed.
Yeah, everyone there is going to make it. Everyone there is going to make it. And then, it's sort of Chargers, Rams, Oilers, wake up and do something, because it's a battle.
Exactly.
And that's why Corona dropping was a little foul taste for me, because whoever's coming into that Oilers situation, that's a very good team. That's a team that puts solid week 4 outing, solid week 5 outing. You're in the playoffs. You can make noise.
They can sneak in. Stritz, he can have all the experience he can say he has and whatnot, but he hasn't done much, and especially not in DD. And I know he said he plays a lot of 7-man and not small ball, but he hasn't proven anything in DD. And I mean, like I told Freddie Bobs with the Rams, and then I don't know anything about the Oilers situation as of now, but man, they're not even a full game back. They're 2 points behind. So a win and a loss, they're in.
Man, Freddie Bobs is another one. I feel bad for him. I think he can't catch a break. His character arc has been a very interesting one, because he burst onto the scene in DD, and then has a great season with the Panthers. Doesn't have that
great start to the season.
A great start to the season. Then he gets sort of figured out. Doesn't have that guy that plays into his strength, which is the deep bomb, and then just completely bombed out completely.
Yeah. But then look, he had a really good turnout. And a really good performance in the tournament. With I believe he had Ernie.
Yes.
He put on a good performance, so you're like, okay, he's maybe starting to get it. And shoot, man, it was pretty rough. It's been pretty rough this season, and I don't know how much better it's gonna get, but
maybe I think that in a following season, I think he should be that handoff guy. See where he falls. Where do you think Freddie Bobs falls if he's not a quarterback? Tier 2,
man,
tier 3?
Listen, definitely not. Not your 1st or 2nd pick, unless you have multiple, 2nd round picks, and you run an offense where you can use his
your
skills,
handoff guy. Yeah, your handoff guy.
Because if you're not going to use him for that, then he should be, right around. I would say, I think a little bit biased, but I would definitely be drafting on Ernie or Swazo over him. But he's right in that range, right? Where if he's your 3rd or 4th best
give
player,
you more in other positions.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. I'm rooting for the guy. I think he's a solid guy. I'm glad when we see new faces. It's just that
you couldn't have a better person. Than Freddie Bobs.
I think that one of the things that you first mentioned, one of the first seasons I was in DD, very new to this, and you kind of told me it takes 3 seasons, 3, 4 seasons, 3, 4 tournaments, like cumulative, for you to find where you fit and sort of who the people you could gel with. I think the influx of talent in the past couple of tournaments and season, maybe that's what's led for him, but rooting for the guy definitely. Now with the trades, I know you won with the trades. There's been big trades. I know Swazzle's hurt. There's a lot of shifting. I know that despite belief in previous seasons, I think that the DDPA has a resounding high approval rating. I don't think we have missed. I think we have done a great job of being custodians of the league this season. But ultimately, man, when Caps want to trade, Caps want to trade. This is not a free agent situation. So give us a little breakdown on the trades. Who do you think our winners or losers are? And should teams have done more? And who should have?
I mean, so granted, we're recording this on Tuesday, right? We still got 2 full days of trade action, and I mean, pretty much all the way up until Friday, I think 8 p.m. So we in reality we have 3 full days. I don't see how. I mean, you kind of know, you know your personnel, you know the trends of the league, right? I don't see a way where Johan literally traded to be missing two players. He's right now he's going for hard, unless there's some sneakiness going on, which wouldn't be a surprise to anyone. But right now, Serge is missing week 4 because that's exactly why Dario traded him away, and Hulk declared, I believe, that he was missing week 4. So something Ant has to be on the block because I don't see who takes Hulk missing a week, or I don't see, like, he has to trade Hulk, and to trade Hulk, granted, he's gotten it done before, getting rid of a quote unquote lesser player in Roger without getting rid of Ant, but I just don't see how anyone at this point in the season can essentially take that gamble in trading for Hulk, straight up.
Did Johan do a Nico? Did he just like overplay himself and overplayed himself? Because he had a good hand at the beginning of the season. Did he play himself out of a good hand?
I don't, with him, you never know. We gotta wait till Friday, so you can't really speak on.
It's tough. I always say
Yeah.
you can't judge Joe until after the trade deadline.
Yeah.
But it just,
and again,
I look at my rankings.
something's bound to happen there, man.
I had the Vikings 9. I don't even have John in the top 5 QB rankings coming into this week. He's not in the MVP conversation. I can't remember ever doing a DD live talking about a season, talking about a tournament, and where Joan is not a talking point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously he did miss a week, so that's obviously going to put him behind the 8 ball, in MVP, and in reality for, he can come out and go 7-0 and he's right back in it, But as of right now, missing that week and the team kind of being middle of the road is tough to say how valuable he is to the team or how good he's really performing. But I mean, I look at that trade again, right? And he traded away the Vikings traded away Vic, Big Vic, and Gianni. So a 4 and a 5, or a 3 and a 4, whatever they were rated this season, and got back Andy, who was a top 2, which was his original pick, and Serge, who I believe he's played with before. And again, Serge is missing this week. And Serge and Gianni were drafted right next to each other originally by the Saints. So I don't really, on paper, he wins the trade. But with Serge being out and Harold being out, like, you got to know, someone like him is definitely playing chess, not checkers. There has to be another move coming. There's no way. I don't see how he would have traded himself into going for hard.
Too proud of a guy to fold here. Interesting. Well, that kind of sums up where we're at.
I will say really quickly, I think the Saints were the biggest winner in that trade because they got rid of Andy. Don't get me wrong, Andy's a phenomenal player, kind of like a little baby Swiss Army knife. But getting a solidified number 1/borderline 2 to pair with Georgie is gonna make their offense a little bit more intimidating, right? At least, granted, they have their own situation as well with Vinny. We don't know what's gonna happen there, but if Vinny does stay on, he can at least say he has someone else to trust and be able to throw the ball to.
Yeah, because that's That's another thing. Vinny's not going to be apparently available, so that's something on the block there for the Saints to replace.
Yeah.
There were some questions about certain players being, some names have been floated of previous captains. That's going to be interesting who the Saints are going to be, because you look at that side, they could, they have
They're in it.
one of those teams are in it. Like, you just
They're
gotta
in it, bro.
wait. So it's like, hey,
It's tough. It's tough to punt on a season in
I
our
would have
conference.
loved. Listen, I would have loved to have been able to play in the playoffs, because I could have jumped on one of these teams and gotten a free ride into the playoffs, man. Wow. How could you not love this league? Well, what team do you think has to make a trade? Like, has to? I think one of them is the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs, the Falcons, these are middle of the road teams that don't have enough to push it over the top. I think they have to make a move. Everyone else should stay pat.
I mean, obvious answer, right? Obviously, the Vikings.
Vikings have to do something.
I mean, that's obvious, right? So besides the obvious answer, I think the Chiefs have a good little chemistry going on. And it's one of those things where you look at their team on paper, who are they trading to get, like, who are they trading to get better? Because, yeah, you can take an L when moving Jeremy for a real tier 6, but are you trading Mikey? And if you are, who are you getting that's necessarily significantly better than Mikey that you're saying, oh, I'll take on a tier 6? Because you're not trading Ralphie and Jeremy. If I was them, Andres is untouchable. And I mean, obviously, I'm not someone to say anyone's untouchable, but Georgie, I would imagine, is a definition of untouchable for
That's
Devin.
untouchable.
So
that's like
I
David for
don't.
me in Mass. It's like, it is what it is.
So I don't see how they would get better in any type of trade.
On board.
I would say the Cowboys need to make a trade. Right? They've had a little bit of kind of iffy performances these last 2 weeks. Not the most convincing performance.
It's a team you don't want to face in the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%, because they have David. David is the GOAT for a reason. You don't want to play that guy in the playoffs, but I feel like they're missing something. I don't know. Something there's a little off, right? And then I think the Falcons are locked, where Matt has built a team that he trusts. Chemistry goes a long way for him, and that team has definitely chemistry and trust within that group. So I think they're locked. Obviously, I think Seahawks are locked at this point. I would say the Cowboys, man, or the Chargers. If the Chargers are serious about making the playoffs and not just saying to make the playoffs just to make it, to actually have a chance in the playoffs, they need to make a move.
Well, somebody needs somebody for week 5. Call the boy. I hope you guys get in the playoffs. All right, so the next big subject, and it's something that I take a liking to. It's having a good thermometer of performances and what we esteem to be quality value for the league. And one of the most prestigious awards that you could win in this league, and granted, and we're not talking about best show, even though we are 2-time winners. We're talking about the MVP. And I think that just like there's only been 3 teams that have been elite this season, there's only been 3 players that have been elite this season. I don't think there's much more outside of that to be like, oh, hey, yeah, by the way, notable mention, so-and-so, notable mention, so-and-so. Maybe week 4, week 5 gives us a different outlook. I'm going to give you 3 players in no particular order. I'm going to give you their stats, and then let's discuss, because these are the 3 guys that I think the next 2 weeks could solidify their hardware. And there is no surprises here. First name that comes to mind, Chris D. Chris D has thrown for 26 touchdowns. He has the only negative that he has on his stat line is the INTs. He has 6 INTs. So when you look at the TD to INT ratio, it kills him 26-6, right? But then he has 18 flag pulls. He has 3 touchdowns, which he either ran or received, and has created 2 turnovers in the form of interceptions on defense, and is leading the number 1 team in his conference with a resounding 8-1 record. That is MVP performance. If he could put that, if he just sims the games and keeps it like this, this is arguably, I don't give you a name. I just give you the stats. That's an MVP because that's practically 30 total touchdowns. You're there middle of the tier in flag pools, creating turnovers, over 30 TDs, and number one seed as a cap, and not a traditional quarterback. I think that is a Herculean effort. And especially he's had players miss. Now, one of the new but old faces to flag football, but new to DD, and it's only flirted here and there, but is having one of the elite statistical performances that we've had in DD, and that's Alfredo Lopez. Fredo has 29 touchdowns, 2 INTs, so a 29-2 ratio. He has 10 flag pulls. He's caught or ran for 2 touchdowns and has an INT. One of those touchdowns, if they notated it accordingly, was a pick 6.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. 82% completion percentage for his throws. A solid quarterback in DD throws 67%. Fredo's throwing 82% through 3 weeks. He had a perfect week where he went 12 of 12 on drives, and he has a number 2 team in the hardest conference.
Put it to you this way. His offense, he's running that offense so efficient that he only has 99 pass attempts.
Right. The next, the next guy that I'm going to name dwarfs him by at least double. And the next guy is Johan. Johan has 35 touchdowns. He has none caught or received. He's thrown them all with the chooch. 35 touchdowns, 3 INTs. And the man, 15 flag pulls. You want to know what his throwing percentage is? What I said, 67%. Now, 35, 3, and 67% is MVP numbers. You by 3 weeks, you look at any other season, the QB that's doing this is normally Joan or Piki or David. These are the numbers, or Eddie Franca. These are the guys that are doing the 35 and 2s. The 35 and 3s are 67%. Fredo with the 29 and 2 and 82%. I want to see how he finishes the next 2 weeks. But a lot of where the Dolphins and Bengals are at is how we're gonna determine where Fredo and Johan are at. And then Chris just got to keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah, for me, as of right now,
for me. So it's 30 horse.
It's Chris, right? For me right now, it would be Chris, Fredo, Johan, right?
Okay.
And it would be purely because they have the same record. So for me, it's purely on defensive stats. Chris has the most flag pulls, most picks. Fredo has a pick. Johan hasn't created a turnover. Although he has more flag pulls, I believe. Let me see.
Fredo. Yeah, he has more flag
pulls.
Yeah, 15.
But he hasn't gotten granted, he's playing out of his mind and he's had plenty of highlight plays. But Fredo's, one pick was a pick 6. It was a game winner, and it's definitely been paraded around in terms of video. So that would be for me. It would be Chris D, Fredo, and Johan for now.
And it's super tight.
Yeah.
Somebody goes on a slump. Yeah, somebody goes on a slump and it's done. But I think it's going to be one of these 3 guys. I think it's going to be one of these 3 guys.
The only person I can think of.
It's early.
Yeah, there's only one dark horse for me, and it would probably be Devin, because Devin has 27, 6 picks. He has a receiving, a rushing.
That's the thing with Devin. Devin is your Peyton Manning, like your early Peyton Manning, like he's your regular season, stat sheet stuffer. But there's no essence. There's no.
Yeah, he needs to put it. They need to go 6-1, 7-0.
Like Chris.
They need to get a bye. Granted, we know you need to lock up a bye to get the MVP.
You look at Johan, Fredo, Chris D. Each has a signature moment. Chris D had back-to-back 3-0 weeks. Fredo had a perfect week. Johan leading in overall touchdowns. They have signature performances.
Twice, 2 3-0 performances.
Signature
for sure.
Performances, key highlights. Devin is just like, all right, it's that guy you just look at the statistics and it's like, oh yeah, he meets the criteria. Just doesn't stand out for me. Not now, not through 3 weeks. But that being said, there's no one other that we could actually tap in to get more insight on Devin than our next guest of the show. And without further ado, we want to make a warm welcome to Devin's favorite guy, Chiefs Nation's Swiss utility knife, everybody's fan favorite, Mr. Jordi Del Valle. Thank you.
Keep going, keep going. What's up, baby?
Welcome to. Oh, you almost finished there.
What's up, baby?
Talk to us, man. How you doing? Listen, there's been a lot of talk about the Chiefs. There's a lot of pressure on the Chiefs. It's Chiefs, but you know, if you look at the underwear, it's squad. You know, talk to us. What's going on? For a team that should have that much chemistry, you guys are struggling. Better's trying to make this dark horse argument that Devin should be MVP. I'm saying Devin is playing like dog water. He's just clocking it in and playing robotic. You know, talk to me.
Listen,
What do you
I'll
see
tell you
all
what.
that?
I'll tell you what. Perra saw Devin at his freaking finest. Last week was incredible, dude. We actually, our defense, which is what we pride ourselves in, at least every team I'm really on, it's just my thing, right? Is trying to have one of the best defenses in DD, to help my quarterback out. And usually those quarterbacks are hard to come by. And now I got my dog, and he played, yesterday, last week, bro, he played insane, bro. Lights out. And I mean, look, the Seahawks game, we had the Corona rule, dude, right? It's all offense. It's all it was. First peak of the Corona rule. I got the shit end of it, and a lot of my teammates were complaining about it. But, bro, I like it, bro. I like it. I think it's fair for Perra. His defense wasn't stopping anything. He gets a shot to try to ease the game, you know? We would have loved it, too, if it was on our side. But, bro, listen, it's hard to argue with Perra about the dark horse when he caught a glimpse of what Devin was doing. You know how he is, bro. And he was fucking on. He was on last week, man. And the Chiefs got to put it together. We got to have where both. That's the thing when we have these teams like this, bro. It's a hard. I've been a part of a lot of really good fucking teams, bro. Like on paper, like insane teams. The Vikings last year were a perfect example, bro. Like crazy ass team. And dude, if you don't put it together, bro, it's caquita, dude. You guys were the prime example. You guys put yours together. A perfect example of that was the freaking. I think you guys were the Colts, right? Last year. The Colts, bro. Like you guys can't get it together. You can't get it together, but you should. The freaking team is disgusting. What's going on? And look, bro, you got it together, dude. At the right time, and it's Baba.
No, it's a you know, not many people, you know, one thing that's special about the Colts is not many people could take the verbal abuse and the bullying that Michael Sabina and Angel Camacho could give you in a playoff game. In a game of that magnitude, when you have, you know, two powerful beings, you know, giving you constant pressure, you know, people buckle, baby. People buckle.
I like it.
I really can't wait to be back. Seeing every, you know, like we're on the tail end of the season. Playoffs is there. You could smell it. You know, we're talking MVPs, the stats that, you know, the script is taking form. You know, one of the things, George, that we were talking about is that the difference is that in the South, there's still 4 or 5 teams that could still get into the playoffs, as in where in the North, the Chiefs, you know, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, and the Vikings are fighting for third. The middle of the pack here is a lot tougher because sort of as where the Dolphins and the Bengals are above and beyond everyone right now on the standings. So you got a Cowboys team that kind of reminds you of that Colts team, that it's a lot of good players that fit a system, but it's not clicking. They're good, but not good enough. Then you got Joan, that what is he going to do? He has Ant. Now, you know, is he going to go for hard this week? Is he going to make trades? What's going to happen before the deadline? How's that team going to look? And then you got the Chiefs. What kind of Chiefs are we going to get? What kind of Devin are we going to get? So what is the mentality that you have? Because this positioning is going to mean where you're going to fall in the playoffs. If you're going to get an early Bengals, an early Finns match, these games are important. So what's the mindset on your side?
You know, it's funny, bro, because every week we come out and we're like, yo, look at these teams we match up well. Let's get it. 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. Yeah, you guys know the feeling. You've been a part of the chats, right? Bro, and they go so fucking lopsided, bro. Like Bro, first week, dude, was the worst 2-1. I felt like I went 0-3. I felt disgusted, dude. Week 1. It was disgusting, bro. And I'm 2-1, right? Then the next week, I guess we do another 2-1, and it was just such a difference. Like I felt so fucking good, right? Fuck, okay, like we gave away that game. This one, 1-1-1. But I'm not gonna lie to you, like first game, the Dolphins, we threw that game away. I'm not scared of the Dolphins. I'm gonna be completely honest. You know me, I'm a nice guy. I'm like, oh, they're really good. They are. They're really good. It's just not a team that frightens me right now because I felt like we had them, bro. We had them 2-0 and we shot the bed, bro. We shot the bed. Rafa came up short on a drop ball, right? That wasn't recorded, so it doesn't exist. Forget I said it. I'm gonna do Men in Black, right? And then we had the Seahawks again, like just no defense, which we're a defensive team. Our team is good. Like what happened there? What's going on? We got Perrad, you know? And then which his team looks completely different. So that's a whole other fucking different aspect. But every time you come in with a 3-0 mindset. Right now, bro, I feel like it's weird, dude, because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, right? And I'm just going in it. I'm like, let me just play the damn game. What we got? We got Cowboys first. Let's go. Like, here's the matchups. Let's go. And I feel like that might be good.
Okay, but from 1 to 10, how shocked would you be? How shocked would you be if Devin traded you for Hernandez?
Um,
Would you be insulted?
Absolutely not. I wouldn't be
Heartbroken.
insulted. I wouldn't be insulted. I would be more insulted if he gave me to somebody shitty. Um, I'd be going to Joan. I know that he knows that I like Joan. So he's not like completely breaking my heart. But I wouldn't be shocked. I know he loves fucking Ant, bro. We talk about Ant all the time.
Are the
We talk
Chiefs
about the scenarios.
are the Chiefs locked or Petitos a Cheetos little
Oh, bro, anybody who ever says anybody's locked is fucking horseshit. I'm not even locked. We're talking about Ant and Georgie right now. We're crying out loud. It's never really locked, bro, but it needs to be colossal because we know what we have. It's such a weird thing, bro. We keep like, bro, there's been offers on the table and we're like, oh man, look at this, like a tremendo fucking Ferrari in our face. And we're like, bro, but I just kind of like what the fuck we have. Like, it's weird. It's a weird concept because we're trade galore most of the time, but it's a weird one, bro. We like what we have and we still feel like it hasn't clicked at all. And we're hoping it clicks. We're just hoping we're those Colts, you know?
Now, there's a little game I like to play, and it's called start bench cut. We're gonna add no mentions. We're gonna add no mentions. All right. So I'm gonna give you 5 quarterbacks.
This isn't the hot seat. What's going on? Why are you putting me on the hot seat right now?
I'm getting a little practice. I'm getting a little feeler. I'm
All
getting
right,
I'm getting a little feeler. You know, that's it's kind of a dream of mine. One of these days I'm gonna host the hot seat.
talk to me.
All right, so here we go. I'm gonna give you 5 QBs, and you're going to
Warning.
you're
5 fucking QBs.
you're gonna give me sit. You're gonna give me start, sit, cut, and 2 not even mentions. Like they're that bafuki. You're not even gonna mention them. All right.
They're like below cut.
They're below cut.
Yeah,
Like, you didn't even
yeah.
consider.
Do start, bench, cut, no mention, and then like don't even say their name.
Like you don't talk about them. You only give me the 3. So like name is not mentioned. Ahí está, bro. I can't explain the joke. That's the problem.
Okay.
With me. I like if I have to explain the joke, it's not funny.
Okay, let's get it. Let's get it.
All
It's
right,
so
so
falta de respeto, but let's get it.
all right. So we have Devin as one of the QBs. We have Fredo, Johan, and Tronky.
You're such a dick, bro. You know that? You're a fucking dick is what you are, dog.
All right, no, I'm setting you up. I'm setting you up on that one. I'm setting you up on that one. I'm setting you up. Okay, no. Here we go. Now you're sweating. Okay, we're gonna bring it down. I'm gonna give you 3 cards. Devin, Johan, and Johan.
Jevin, Johan, and Johan. Okay. All right, what are we doing? We're doing DD. We're going ape shit.
DD.
Yeah, DD.
Probably DD right now.
DD. So, okay, let's start off with you. Let's start with Johan first. Because for me, he is okay. Actually, the truth is, Joan was always hailed this DD King, Joan, right? Since I've seen him, he's been fucking plagued with the fucking injuries, right?
Okay.
Um,
Fair,
but
fair.
but I played with him in the Jets, and it was just it was vastly different. Like he fucking knows what the fuck he's doing, bro. And I'm not scared to say it. I don't give a fuck. So, now he's had a little bit of a weird season, you know, not plagued by injuries, but plagued by other weird shit, right?
I think he played himself this season. Like he's
Yeah. But
smartest,
you know, but
smartest man in the room complex this season for him.
but the truth is, his fucking team got better right now, bro. Who's this? It's I know it's
So as of
Andy,
right now, they're going for hard.
but oh shit.
Exactly. So
O alguien está diciendo mentira.
yeah,
Who's the four hard? Well, it doesn't matter. That's crazy. I know a team that lost to somebody four hard, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh,
Mira,
how would you? Damn.
wait,
dog.
Men in
You
Black, mira.
Yo, and
this
I,
man's doing everything possible to
Bro, and I-
dodge the question.
bro, and I felt good that game, dog. Like I just.
Oh, it's part of my thing. I can't put Johan there yet. Like this is his.
You've
like,
taken the longest to answer this question, my boy.
I know I have to, bro. Listen,
Everybody,
you asked the wrong
everybody
guy.
loves this because they're like,
Nah. Listen, I'm.
Devin wasn't like in the first one. I was setting you up and you started sweating, so I like made it like a little thing, but you're still like, ah. So you're starting. so you're starting Joe on.
We're starting. No,
Oh, you're not starting
Yes.
ahead.
bro. I don't. Me right now, Devin and Joan right now, bro.
You see no difference.
Bro, I haven't. I've seen Devin make it multiple times and shit the bed, but he's been there. In
Okay.
DD, he's been there.
And John hasn't done it since Dino times.
But I just haven't seen him do it. Now, bro, I've been on his team. Whether there's reasons why, there's reasons fucking why. I'm telling you, the guy's a monster. Like, at QB. And I saw what Johan did, and he's doing good, and he's got a monster team. But I gotta cut Johan right now, and I love you, bro. But
Well, that's crazy. So like in the span of 5 minutes, you gassed the hell up out of Johan, and you dunked on Johan, saying you're not scared of the Finns, and you're cutting him. And we had just put him in the last segment, in like top 3.
no, you did this. I love you. You did this. You
All
did
right,
this.
so-
You put him up against my quarterback. You put him up against fucking like. What are you doing, bro?
No,
What
you're
are you
letting
doing?
no. The thing is, you're letting emotion into your decision making.
I let emotion into all of my decision making.
I rationalize with facts. Now, I'm going to invite you to help us here to sort out our pick'ems for the games of the week. So the first game that we have on the slate, 8 o'clock in the morning, fresh and early, Seahawks, Giants. Perra, not going to ask you. I know you're going Seahawks. Georgie, what do you think?
I heard from the grapevine somebody's injured. I'm going Perra.
I'm going Perra. Chris D's hurt. I saw him. He's not playing in red zone. At deep, I still think the Giants are good enough, or Chris D will play good enough because I know that he's a warrior, he's a soldier.
Yes,
but it's going to take a very, very, very solid effort for them to beat the Seahawks, unless he's playing possum, which I doubt.
he's been proving wrong like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I hope he plays because he's in MVP discussions. Like if he takes a step back, then it would ruin a very good opportunity he has. Moving on to game 2. Georgie, we'll start with you. Chiefs, Cowboys. I know you're gonna tell me you're gonna win, but how confident are you walking into this game?
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm pretty confident. There's a two-headed freaking monster, in Peter and David that I respect, and I love those fucking guys. I just think we match up well, bro. I think we match up very well.
No, and I that's why I'm saying it'll be most probably like a 4-3. Oh, I thought Pera was doing something else there with the camera, like going down, going up. I was like, yeah. we're like, yo, Lazo, oh, you're gonna have to trim
edit out, edit out.
edit it out, edit it out. Damn, lost my train of thought there.
Cowboys Chiefs, Cowboys Chiefs.
I was thinking that me. No, 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 no.
Bro, why'd you make me cut Johan? You're such a dick, bro.
Hey, get over it, bro. That's it.
All right, so
Don't be
Pedro,
soft.
Cowboys Chiefs. Break the
Man,
tiebreaker.
because of insider information and insider trading, I'm gonna take the Chiefs. 4-2. Can't divulge more than that.
Okay.
I like it.
I'm in the DDP and I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. And I consider David to be like my best friend. What the hell is going on? I sponsored that team. What the hell's going on? The last 5 minutes, I've lost control of my freaking episode. All right, guys. Next one. Finn.
No, not next one. Not next one. You got to pick, boy.
I picked Cowboys, baby.
Damn.
I'm going Cowboys. I'm sinking with that ship. I already put them in the pick'ems too. I wasn't privy to whatever the hell Perra knows. All right,
fine, whatever.
and Danny,
whatever.
David, for not telling me. I'm really chasing that pick'ems record. I have to compete in everything, dog. I want to win everything I'm in, especially in DD. I'm mad that I'm not playing. Somebody needs somebody. Week 5, I'm your guy. I got to showcase my talent. All right, Finns, Bengals. What do you think, Georgie? Well, you already cut Johan, so you're gonna go with the Bengals.
No, they have AJ, Julio, Enzo. They have a fucking monster little.
What is it with the little? Because that's a peaky thing and a Hialeah thing. Why is it before everything you guys got to say little, like to demean it?
I don't know. No, it's not.
It's like a little offense. No, it's not a little offense. It's tremenda ofensiva.
It's a private school kid thing, bro.
Right?
Honestly, you
It's
just
very
fucking
complejo.
you fucking looked me. I don't even know what the fuck. I don't even know I said little. Like I don't know what the fuck you're talking
You
about.
could put the playback. The receipts are there, bro.
No, I'm sure I did. I don't know what happened, bro.
Sure you did.
You bamboozled me.
So the Finns are
Who's
the
covering?
Buccaneers.
Who's
For me,
covering
it's easy,
Travis
bro.
there, huh? Who's
For me,
covering
it's
Travis
easy.
there?
No, for me it's easy. It's the tier 6. The tier 6 is way too lopsided for me not to pick the Dolphins. Jose Gonzalez
I like
is
it. I'm
way
going.
better than Tony. It's just
I'm with
it's
you.
pretty simple. And
I'm going
Travis
Johan.
is way better than Jonathan.
I'm going Johan. I'm with you.
So the guy you cut, you're going with? No, I'm going with the Bengals here. So 2 Finns and Bengals. I'm going with the Bengals here. And I think
They gotta make their toxic though. Hey, shout out.
This game's gonna tell
Yo,
us
hold on,
MVPs.
real quick. Shout out AJ, the monster. I played with him in this tournament.
Oh man, have you seen that guy do the dead leg?
No,
Dead leg. He does his dead leg because he also
yes.
like he
I
does
saw
the
one of those
sound,
routes
he
that he
does
did
the sounds like when you drop that, he goes,
Eh. He's nasty,
and
bro.
then
He's
cuts some
nasty.
feet. Like yeah,
He's nasty. And they got Julio, the dog of dogs.
yeah.
But I cut
Talk to
Johan.
yourself.
But I cut Johan, so I'm going with him. I love you, Johan.
No. You're gonna give him the fire. You know, it's one thing. You know, it's one thing with that AJ does for Bengals camp. He listens to every single DD content, and he breaks it down for the whole entire team.
Let's go.
This man keeps receipts. That's
I like it.
man to be reckoned with. Now, final game, and this one's going to be the interesting one because the Falcons are coming off a very great week. Giants have a hindered Chris Dean, but they're the team to beat. Battle of 1 and 2, Falcons Giants. I cannot not go Giants. I'm going Giants 4-3, 3-2.
Nah, I can't go Giants, bro. I gotta go Falcons.
It's tough, man.
They're the healthy team, and they're no slouches. It's not like it's a healthy.
But then again, Ramet's still kind of iffy, you know. Granted, I'm saying this as someone that got destroyed by Ramet, even at a worse state than what he's gonna be this Friday. But this Saturday. But I'm gonna have to go Giants. I feel like they have too much speed overall across the board. The speed and the length is Ramet runs a very simple offense. Short shot. The speed and the length that Giants team has on defense is tough to beat.
Yeah.
It's tough to beat.
Okay. So everyone here is going Falcons except myself. I'm going with the Giants.
No, I'm thinking Giants.
No, he's going Giants. I'm the only one. I'm the only one sticking with Ray Matt. But just because it's easy. I mean, we got an injured an injured Lion. So
Okay.
I don't know. I know he's a dog, but I gotta go with the easy bet, bro.
I think the the right one there would have been to say like we have an injured giant, not an injured lion. It's not the Lions, it's the Giants. I know
Es un
because he's a
león.
lion, but it's like
Es un león. He's an apex predator, bro. I'm giving him
know.
compliments,
I
bro.
know, but he's a giant. He's playing for the Giants. Now, bold predictions. What do you guys got? I already know what I got. I'm going
Go ahead.
just because I know that it's trade week, baby. And when something doesn't make sense, I just go with it. Vikings 3-0. Joan pulls it out of his
Nah.
out of his hat.
I
He
mean,
goes
that's
3-0.
bold.
That's bold, baby.
That's
He's going
bold.
3-0. He'll make it happen. 3-0. Joan 3-0. I even put on my pick'ems. Go look at it. I picked it on the pick'ems. 3-0 Vikings. That's my bold prediction. I planned this since earlier today. I might have been because I took an epidural to the back. I'm not pregnant.
Ooh. Georgie, go ahead. I need to hear what you're gonna say first.
Oh my God. Wow. I'm gonna go. Oh no, that was gonna be way too crazy. And they have a shitty schedule. I was gonna fuck on
Hey,
the Bucks,
Georgie,
but
no one's ever cursed more on this show than you have, like this episode. You're
My
like
bad.
by 30 cuss words.
you're
I'm
counting.
so- yeah. Like I do not use profanity.
My bad. I thought it was the other show.
This is meant to be a kids show.
You said
The kids game.
you even highlighted little. You even my little word, bro.
I know.
I'm like, what word can I use, bro?
I catch everything, bro. My intelligence comes from my photographic memory.
I don't even know what I was talking. You bamboozled me again, bro.
Your bold prediction.
I'm going 3-0, bro. 3-0.
That's not bold.
Chiefs 3-0.
That's just like you're a gambler.
3-0, baby.
All right. Okay. And you?
Bold prediction. Rams go 2-1. Freddie
2-1?
figures it out. Yeah.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you've heard it here, thank you, Georgie, for joining us with the on the show. I know we made you sweat. We put you in some uncomfortable position, but that's the premise of the episode. We like you guys. We love you. Hope you guys have a great week 4. Let's have fun, guys. Let's play some football. Let's keep it interesting. Keep it saucy. All right, it's TD Live. We love you. Peace.
Gang, gang.
There's a lot of people here who are soft.
Was